Not sure how to talk about this one. Okay, let me just have it out with you guys. I've done it. I've gone ahead and actually made the switch, and I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. So many people struggle with this, and I'm hoping that maybe I can be an example to some of you guys who are trying to do the same thing. Okay, so you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about, right? Well, I did it. I made the switch from iOS to Android thanks to this phone, the Huawei P30 Pro. And I don't think I'm ever gonna turn back, and it scares the living daylights out of me. Hey guys, welcome back to another Your Tech Report video. I am Mark Aflalo. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our lovely channel here. It helps us bring videos like this to you guys. And if you want to hit that notification bell, we'll notify you instantaneously whenever we got a new video to share with you, just like this one. So, why all the drama? Well, if you're an iPhone user, you know all the drama. You wanted to switch. You've seen all those great phones from those other manufacturers that have come out, and you've looked at your phone and looked at their phones and said, oh, that screen's nicer. Well, that screen's bigger, it's thinner, it's still got a headphone jack in some cases, better camera, fast. Why can't I have that? Well, because you're tied down to an ecosystem, and you're tied down to things like iMessage and FaceTime, which you know you can actually walk away from. Do you have the willpower or the desire to walk away from something that you've been used to for so many years? I'm sure I'm like a lot of people. The reason I got into an iPhone in the first place was because I had a BlackBerry and I was toying with the idea of an iPhone. I think it was a 3GS at that point in time. So I had an iPhone, and my BlackBerry actually completely died. Everything was gone, so I said, okay, well now I guess I have no choice. I put my SIM card into the iPhone, and I never looked back. Yeah, at first I missed the actual tactile, feel of the QWERTY keyboard, but you got used to the iPhone screen, and then apps came along, and then you were able to do things, and push email came along, and I could take pictures with this, and then the cameras got better, and BlackBerry kept on falling behind, and it was a thing of the past, and suddenly I succumbed to it, and I became an iPhone guy. I started buying iCloud storage, I went into iTunes, and iTunes Match came out, and I started storing everything in the cloud, and before I knew it, I was stuck. I was stuck in the ecosystem, an ecosystem I knew I could break out of, but did I have the willpower to do it? So why now? Why did it take countless generations of Android phones? Because I was invited to a press event last week from Huawei. They were introducing, or they had introduced, the brand new P30 Pro. They talked all about the great features, all about the incredible, there's 5 cameras on this thing, 40 megapixel sensor, a wide angle lens, an incredible 5x, why do they call that X? It used to be 5 times. An incredible 5x telephoto lens. You can get incredible macro shots on this camera. You've got a brand new sensor. You've got an incredible span of battery life in this phone. Of course, you got that great, beautiful OLED display. It's, everything you wanted to jump off to. And I realized, let me try this one step at a time. And I'm not gonna lie, first 3-4 days, I switched my SIM card back and forth to my iPhone about 4 times probably, saying, I can't do this. Someone's trying to iMessage me, they can't get through to me. You know what? They can get through to you. They'll send you a text message when they realize that you no longer receive iMessages. My kids haven't tried to FaceTime me yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle that one, but this phone really is the one that pushed me over the top. I realized how big the beautiful screen is. I don't care about a notch anymore. I never made the jump to the XS because I didn't feel that there was a substantial enough increase in technology to make that investment. And of course, they gave me this phone to try out for a couple weeks. And I told them, I was very, very forthright with them. And I said, that if I put my SIM card in this and I start using this, I'm not going to want to give this back. So we're going to have to tackle that challenge when it comes time. But right now, I hope to document this process with you guys and answer some of the questions you might have about jumping ship, because everybody's talked about it if you're an iPhone person. Pros, the cons, should you, shouldn't you, how do I manage my photos, how do I manage my music, what service do I use instead of this because there's no app like that. You know what? The gap is narrowing. There are more and more apps that are similar across the device's ecosystems, and there are benefits to Android and there are benefits to iOS. So my goal here is to hope that you follow me on this journey. We're going to discover this Huawei P30 Pro together, and the camera system and everything else that comes along with it. We're going to discover their Android interface. We're going to discover what this experience is like jumping ship from iOS and the iPhone over to an Android. Now, I'm not changing my computers. I'm still using Mac MacBook Pro, still using my Mac Pro at the office for video editing and my day-to-day use, and I'm still using an iPad because an iPad fits into my daily routine as well. So the only thing I'm jumping ship with right now is going to be the phone, and it does mean that I'm going to be making some sacrifices in terms of things like Facebook and iMessage and those tools that I've become used to. Hopefully you guys can give me some advice if you've done this before, because there's going to be questions that I just don't have the answers to that I'm looking for. So thank you for watching this video. This is the introduction to the Huawei P30 Pro, but more importantly, it's the introduction to me jumping ship from iOS and Apple's iPhone X over to an Android device and what that experience is like. So I hope you'll follow me, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. We're going to be back with a whole bunch of videos as I discover new things to make this experience a little bit smoother, and hopefully we'll, not run into too many brick walls in this process. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video.